Well, we saw this one in the test. We've seen it in homeworks. We've seen it in multiple homeworks. There's a force. You can call it F. You can call it hinge, whatever. There's a tension, which is what the spring scale is going to register. A spring scale is just a device that measures what the force is. You've got a mg for the beam at the center of the beam, and you've got an mg for the object. You can call it 2g and 0.5g. They don't really care about the labels that much.
But two different m's,
okay.
If you use m's.
To figure out this, again, we've done this on the tests. Make sure you understand this. Balance, torque, since we don't know h, put 0
H, F, whatever.
at the hinge. So we don't know the force at the hinge. So let's just put it at 0 so torque will ignore it. Don't forget to multiply by the distances. T sub y is t sine theta, so you can go directly to find t if you just turn t sub y into t sine theta. Cancel an L. Okay, you can use 10 instead of 9.8 for all parts of the AP exam. So if you do that, you get 30 newtons instead of 29 newtons, or whatever. Don't forget units when you have actual numbers. The only reason that they give you this 1/12 is if you forget the 1/3 for the end, you can just state it. Or you can do parallel axis theorem. D is the distance between the center of mass and the place you're rotating. In this case, it's half of L. So you don't really need to know it if you remember the 1/3. But don't forget there's also a weight. So what's the units for moment of inertia? It's mr squared units, and kilogram meters squared. All right. Balance torques. We know the torque. And we're trying to find the angular acceleration, so we're trying to find alpha, not A. So units for A, alpha, radians per second squared. Okay, units. What are the point values? first section is 4 points. One for each of the forces. Don't forget the force at the hinge. Minus points if you could put components as well as the actual forces. This is section is also 4 points. 1 point for saying that you're balancing torques. One for getting the left hand torque, and the right hand torque. And then 1 point for getting the final answer. This next section is 3 points. One for the 1/3 ml squared, and 1 point for remembering the extra, and 1 point for the final answer. This is 3 points. 1 point for torque, balancing torques. 1 point for stating the balance. 1 point for finding alpha. And then there's a point for units. Usually there's 1 point for units if you're doing a problem that has numbers. So make sure you put the units in.
Even if you don't know the numbers, put the units in.